What's up, you guys, and welcome back to my channel. And today's video is going to be, what if Naruto was Madara's was was Madara Uchiha's son? Sorry if I'm um you know pronouncing his name wrong, but yeah, let's get into the video. So Madara is going to be, I would say he's going to be 4 years younger than Hashirama Senju. So Madara is going to be 4 years younger than him, as Madara kind of dies in a way, and everything kind of happens from canon. But Madara is, I would say, since I can't remember what. Hold on, guys. So Hashirama is I guess he's 93 years old since I googled it, and that's what it told me, I guess. Um, yeah, he's 93 years old, so he would, so what, he would be like, hold on. So I guess Madara would be like 89 years old. Sorry if I paused. I had to do something because someone was coming in the room. So yeah. So, um, Hashirama was, in the war. He died fighting, and seeing how Madara is, I guess 80 something. I forgot what I just said. I think it was 83, so that's what I'm gonna stick with. I think. No, whatever. Yeah. So Madara is 80 something instead of 100 something. As that kind of still happens. This is where Madara thinks that Madara thinks that instead of like instead of like trying to do infinite Tsukiyomi on his own, he thinks that he should have a legacy to basically continue on. So this is when Madara he finds an Uzumaki who is he finds an Uzumaki, and this Uzumaki girl is she's just a regular Uzumaki, but like when she had a kid, she died giving childbirth. So basically Madara had to raise his child on his own. As we time skip to now, when Naruto is not we time skip to where Naruto is basically we time skip to Naruto as he's 6, as Madara is now, like, the cave that he is in when Obito meets him. Yeah, that's where Madara is, and Madara right now is watching his child run around playing with toys, as just earlier his son was playing with the Zetsus. I guess he was playing with Zetsu. As this is when Madara says, "Child, come here." As Naruto stops, playing with his toys and looks over at his dad. As he goes up to his dad and says, "Yes, what is it?" As Madara says, "You are now 6 years old. I think it's time I start your training, and the Zetsus will help you." This is where, this is where Madara tells Naruto his plan and tells him that he must carry on his legacy of infinite Tsukiyomi, basically. And, Naruto is kind of all up for this. Because that's his dad. If his dad thinks that this is right, then this must be right. because that's basically his dad. So now Naruto. So we have another time skip as Naruto is 10. Naruto is a prodigy, and I mean a prodigy as in smarter than even smarter than he's even smarter than what's his name again? Itachi. And he's even more smarter than Minato. That's how smart Naruto is. But Naruto isn't the same age as he's not the same age as Minato. He's kind of like in the middle. Naruto's like 5 years or 6 years younger than Minato. So yeah. Now this is where Naruto is at the age of 10 as he's smart. He already awakened. Like at the age of where Naruto was 6, he already awakened his when Naruto was 6, he awakened his two Tomoe Sharingan easily. And like a month after doing that, 1 month after doing that, Naruto awakened his three Tomoe Sharingan. As Naruto now knows how to go to 1 Tomoe, 2 Tomoe, and 3 Tomoe Sharingan if he pleases. This is when, this is when Madara tells Naruto, because he thinks Naruto is old enough because he's 10 now, and soon enough, soon enough he will have to learn eventually. So Madara tells Naruto that he's dying. Oh yeah, and the stuff with Obito, it already happened. Obito is like, so other than me, this little brat is also going to, do the thing. But Naruto isn't going to be the reincarnation of Indra or Hashira. I mean, I don't Ash I don't know what his name is. I forgot. Okay, I forgot. Ashura, I think it was. He won't be his reincarnation either. That's when Minato and Kushina have a child, as his name will be Menma, and what happens with. But Sakura's parents, they don't die. Minato still becomes Hokage, and basically Naruto kind of lives his, like, Menma lives Naruto's dream life with his parents, basically. So yeah, Naruto is. So Madara told Naruto that he's dying and that he's going to have to die one day. Naruto was sad to hear this, but he was like, okay, I got this. I'm good. Because, Madara told his son to basically man up and stop being a baby, stop crying. So, yeah. This is where we have another time skip as now Naruto just awoken from his room. As 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 soon as Naruto woke up, the Zetsu started attacking Naruto. And Naruto was wondering in his mind, why is Zetsu attacking him? As Naruto is being attacked by Zetsu, and this is when Naruto uses a kunai. Like he just has a kunai. No, he has a sword. It's a very, hold on. This is the sword that Naruto has. It's called this sword is called the Sword of the Uchiha. That's what this sword is called. So yeah, Naruto has this sword as he stabs as he stabbed Zetsu. But seeing how Zetsu can't really hold on. Okay, y'all, I am back. So, like I said, this sword is called the Sword of the Uchiha, as only pure, pure blood Uchihas can basically wield this sword, and if you're the head of the Uchiha clan, then you can basically wield the sword. So yes, Sasuke will be able to hold the sword, but the sword that Sasuke has in canon is not as strong as this sword. That's people who is outside of the Uchiha clan. They call this sword the cursed sword, so it's basically dangerous to anyone who's basically not a Uchiha. But hold on. Okay, guys, back to this. So Naruto is, at his Naruto just stabs Zetsu with the sword of the Uchiha, as Zetsu basically opens and it shows Naruto stabbed Madara straight through his heart. And this is when Naruto unlocks his Mangekyo Sharingan. Hold on. So yeah, this is Naruto's Mangekyo Sharingan. This is basically going to be it. As this is his Mangekyo Sharingan, his internal Mangekyo Sharingan, I guess. And I guess this is going to be his complete Mangekyo Sharingan, I think. So yeah. Hold on. Sorry guys if I keep pausing. I have things to do to make the video a bit more kind of good. So yeah. So that's basically Naruto's Mangekyo Sharingan. As the powers that, Obito has, and also the powers that Madara has when they use their Mangekyo Sharingan. That's basically Naruto's Mangekyo Sharingan. Just combine those two Mangekyo Sharingans together, and you basically get that one. So now Naruto is crying for like the he's basically crying for the 5th time in his life. Because like I said, Madara told Naruto to stop crying. And Naruto basically did stop crying. But now that Naruto stabbed his own father, like his the blood father, then he's obviously going to cry. Because this is someone who he looks up to, But he is going to bring his dad back to life either way, so it doesn't really matter. So, Naruto is at this point with Madara, and him and Madara, they, like Naruto and Madara, they are, like, to Naruto, Madara is more than just his father and his sensei. He's like his best friend. Like, Madara is someone who Naruto can feel like he can relate to in a way. Seeing how, they basically have the same dream. But Naruto doesn't know what to do without his dad because his dad has been there his whole life. There has never been a time where Madara was not there. So this is when, Madara dies, as the last words to his son was, stop crying, and that your mother wouldn't want you to cry, and that I love you. And you have to make sure Infinite Tsukiyomi happens. As Naruto cried and said, yes, okay. But Naruto quickly stopped crying as his father did die, but his dad told him to get over it. And it's not that, it's not that, basically, it's not that important, he told him. Oh yeah, and Madara did give Naruto the Hashirama cells, I guess. So yeah. So Naruto can use his Mangekyo Sharingan without going blind. And Naruto, like, Madara has a ton of money. And I mean a lot of money. Just in case. Just in case Naruto ever needed it. Madara has a lot of money. Like it reaches, like, the amount of money Madara has is about 24K. Yup, it's that much. That's how much money Madara has just for Naruto. Because, why wouldn't he give his son something before he kind of died? So, yeah. So now Naruto is a so now that Naruto done crying, he grabbed the scroll that that had the money in it, and that also and the mon that had the money in it, and it also had you know and that also had a hologram. So yeah. So Naruto knows where Konoha is, because, his father told him about it. He told him how him and Hashirama built it. As Naruto is walking to, Konoha, he's looking like, Naruto looks like this. This is how Naruto looks like. As the guard gates are surprised that there's some random Uchiha and he wasn't in Konoha. As one of the guard gates, they go and inform Minato about this. As Naruto, he's already in Konoha, as he's just walking through. As Minato then appears in front of Naruto, as he says, "Boy, where do you come from? And why are you here?" As Naruto says, "I am Naruto Uchiha, son of Madara Uchiha." As this is surprising to to Minato, as he remembers the person that called himself Madara Uchiha, as he wants to just strangle Naruto by the neck, but that wouldn't really make it any better for him. But Minato starts thinking that if he has his son, then he's going to want him back. Because, if you're a caring father, then you're obviously going to want your child back. So this is when Minato then says, "Come with me and I will hold a council meeting." As now Minato informed the Anzu to go get the council members, as it's time to basically gather and form a council meeting. As the Senate, as like the city council or whatever, I don't remember what their name is. They're there. The clan heads are there, and so is Minato. Like every type of council and the council itself and Minato himself, they're there. As Naruto is standing in front of the council, as this is when one of the council members asks Minato, "Why would you hold a council meeting for a child?" As Minato says that this child isn't any child. This child is, like, he says this child is the son of Madara Uchiha. As they're surprised as one of the council members stand up and slam their hands on the desk as he says, "That's impossible. Madara Uchiha is dead. He died years ago. Hashirama defeated him." As Naruto says, "No, he didn't. My father was very much still alive." As Minato said, "You said," as Minato said, "What do you mean by was?" This is when Naruto, like, he turns on his Mangekyo Sharingan as everyone is surprised, but Donzo isn't really. He just wants, now that he sees Naruto's Mangekyo Sharingan, he wants to take it from him. As now Naruto says, "My father was alive until I killed him." As they're surprised that Madara would be defeated so easily. But this is when Naruto mentioned that his father was old and that's how easy it was for him to be defeated. As they basically do accept that fact that you will have to be very old to be able to be defeated by a child. So, yeah. And now, and this is when Minato starts to think back on, when Obito appeared. But he doesn't know it's Obito. And so this is when Naruto says, but there are two separate Madaras. As the council are surprised to hear this. As he says that Madara, how he survived, was able to split himself in two. As he split the bad side of him from the bad side, and he also split the good side as Naruto, sorry about that, as Naruto says that his father was the good side and was, the good side, because Naruto doesn't want them to be suspicious of when Obito appears and he says he's Madara Uchiha. As the council are surprised to hear that Madara split himself into a good side and a bad side, and that his bad side carries most of his will of wanting to do his plans. This is when Minato asks, what are your father's plans?" As Naruto says nothing, he just stays quiet. This is when Naruto says, "If you like, I would like to be in the Uchiha compound where the rest of my clan is." As Minato sighs and says, "Fine, go ahead." As Naruto leaves to basically go to his compound, as now, as one of the council members get up as they basically say to Minato that the bad side of Madara attacked your child, and even though it's the good side of Madara, that's basically still his kid, and he might be planning to do something to Konoha, and that he's dangerous and we should put him in jail. As Minato says no, he hasn't done anything yet. As he says that he hasn't done anything yet, so he shall not be arrested. So yeah, this is when Minato says this meeting is over. As now we go to Naruto, as Naruto is basically the same age as Kakashi, but you know Kakashi is a bit young in this, so yeah. Now, sorry about that, guys. Those were idiots of my family. So yeah. So Naruto is walking as he walks inside the Uchiha compound as he sees basically all of these non-pure blood Uchihas basically living their lives. And this is when Naruto bumps into a kid, as this kid is this kid is you know this kid's Sasuke, as Naruto sees Sasuke as he puts his hand out and says and basically gives Sasuke a warm smile as he says, are you okay, child?" As Sasuke gets up and says, "Yes, I'm fine. Who are you?" Naruto says that he's Naruto Uchiha, and this is when Sasuke is glad to see that, you know, that this person is a Uchiha and he looks like he'll be sort of around his age. This is when Naruto then says, "Boy, what were you doing running?" As Sasuke says that he was playing with his friends and he bumped into him by accident. As Sasuke bows down and says he's sorry. As Naruto, chuckles to himself and says, "It's okay." And that I won't, and he says that he isn't going to do anything to him. So goes to Naruto goes to he goes to Shushui. Sorry if I can't pronounce his name correctly. He goes to Shushui. God dang it. And seeing how Shushui is a pure blood Uchiha, he goes to him, and he knows that Shushui can use his Mangekyo Sharingan. As now Naruto is at the training ground where Shushui is, and he was basically training with Itachi. As Naruto goes up to Shushui and says, "Shushui Uchiha, can you please teach me how to use my Mangekyo Sharingan?" As Shushui tells him that he will need to teach him how to use his, as he says that he will need to teach him how to use his, 1 Tomoe, 2 Tomoe, and 3 Tomoe Sharingan. As Naruto tells him that he already knows how to use all those stuff already. As this surprised Shushui, but, he's like, okay then. So, he teaches Naruto his Mangekyo Sharingan. He doesn't teach him everything, but, Shushui found out that basically Naruto can teleport to different locations and that you can phase through him. So you can't really touch Naruto unless you find out how to. So yeah, this is where we are now at. F. This is where we go to Fugaku as he's going up to Shushui and Naruto, as he says, "Naruto Uchiha," as he says that he's basically going to adopt him, and that if and he tells him that you know he, he's going to have to. Naruto Naruto says that Fugaku says that he's going to adopt him, and that he has to be the head of the Uchiha clan, seeing how both of his sons want to become shinobi, and one of them are en route because, like, he says to Naruto that first one of his kids are en route, and he doesn't trust Danzo, and one of his kids wants to be, oh my god,